Happy New Year to you. All right, let's see. We're just trying to get this all together. All right, let's see. This is it's I'll say it's somewhat new because I've done lives before, but the Facebook live. I'm sorry, not Facebook. Not Facebook lives, but the YouTube lives. Just something I'm delving into. My goal last year was to get um, at least 1,000 subscribers. But then I also understand that along with the subscribers, you need a lot of watch hours, man. And I guess maybe I think I'm overthinking what is it people do. I really do think I'm overthinking what it is that people look for. They're trying to get their 1,000 um, subscribers and also get their views up, the hours up to be able to monetize it. I don't know why I'm tweaking because I know the things that catch my attention. Um, and I could just kind of mimic some of the things that people do that hold my attention. Um, but I don't know if those are things I rather talk about. But today I'm just kind of doing a follow up of the video I did posted earlier. So I try to do 1 minute. Sorry, less than a 30-second video. Um, I've been trying to do it daily, kind of like back in the days I was doing like 365 days of motivation. I've been trying to do something daily, but then some days, like holidays are very challenging because I think the most content that I tend to create is when I'm out and amongst people. When I'm amongst people, it's easier for me to kind of reflect on what I'm seeing and et cetera, et cetera. But nevertheless, um, I've been doing that for like 3 years straight. I was doing positive motivational videos, and I was trying to keep it. At one point, I was trying to keep it under a minute because I was trying to appeal to people's short attention spans. And I think maybe we haven't all started like that, but these short clips and reels and shorts and things like that, they kind of, I think they foster a wrap it up kind of mentality. Like, say what you need to say and wrap it up. Uh, but today, I was thinking about how, and I said this in another video before, talking about how when people, some of the friend suggestions that, like I'm specifically talking about Facebook, some of the friend suggestions that they have on there, and they suggest that you be friends with people. I'm saying that there are people on there that I have not talked to since junior high, like talked to like legit. They came to my mind, even cared about them a little bit was like junior high, middle school, like ninth, 10th grade of high school. And there was a reason. Part of it was because our history, um, our history is shaky history. Like when you got people from your past that, man, there were some people that were just cruel individuals to me. And so I try to put those, so if you think about it like this, if you ever got these people that you avoid, when you see them, you avoid being around them on purpose. You avoid them. Not only do you avoid being around them, but you don't really necessarily like hanging with people who hang around them for the fear or concern that they will then come around you and you'll have to not fight them off, but it's like you're always trying to defend yourself. So I was a pretty good, and from the time I was a all up to now, got to be pretty good with avoiding like uncomfortable scenarios like that. Like if there was an outing where I thought I might bump into somebody who I really didn't want to talk to, I would probably not go. Um, but the problem with you being school age is that you can't skip school. And how do you come home and tell your parents, hey, there's this person who's bothering me that makes me not want to go to school, but because you for the fear that they'll go to school and make a big deal out of it, and then someone will call a person in, then they'll call you a snitch. So I realize that students are dealing with this every day. Every school year, there's some bullies out there that are getting away with it, and they are creating havoc in kids' lives. I actually know of a real life situation where a young lady was not eating lunch. And no one knew why this child wasn't eating lunch. But then I maybe say a year or so later, they found out the reason she wasn't eating because a girl told her, you either give me your, if you don't give me your lunch money, I'm gonna beat you up. So basically, with the little small change that lunch was at the time, maybe $2 or something like that, she given to that money to a girl just not to be beat up. And we didn't, no one knew that because she didn't share it. We had no real way to really know that. So there's some real scenarios that are going on out there that are dealing with bullies. So so mind you, when these situations happen, I remember being in elementary age, a guy like senior, like, so this is why I'm so opposed to certain age groups busing, being on a bus with other kids. This guy was a senior in high school, straight up bully. I didn't know it because, I had no reason to even have dealings with him, but I'm like first grade age. And this guy, I'm getting off the bus. This guy kicks me in my rear end and knocks me down on the bus. Completely embarrassing. Everyone laughs. No one does anything. I get off the bus, uh, almost in tears because I'm completely embarrassed. I run to the porch. My porch is probably, I'd say maybe 30 yards from the side of the road. I run 30 yards up, stumble and drop my things. All my books and papers go everywhere. And that is before the bus pulls off good. So I'm like, it's just horrible. So I go home, and at the time, later on, I mentioned it to my mother, who mentioned it to my stepdad. He gets on the bus the next day, but the guy who did it was not on the bus. I'm looking for for someone's butt to be kicked because of what happened to me. So for years, I remember that guy, man. I'd seen him later. I could have snuffed him. I could have had, I met people later on that would have willingly jumped on him. But this really wasn't my thing. I was trying to follow peace with people, and I think it was a lot easier to follow peace when you didn't, when you, I was trying to think ahead. Like, do I want to create these long lasting enemies, or do I want to get I want to get my get back? So all that to say, those are memories that I'm not gonna outlive. That memory won't go away because whenever I hear the word bully, I equate bully with that incident. I equate bully with an incident once in junior high. I hated the locker room because whenever you're dressed in the locker room, guys will do weird stuff. People want to wrestle. They want to